YouTube. This is Chris. This is a follow-up video to primarily to Gary at Cosmic Pickle. He had recently done a 4-part series on Terry Riley albums, and I had a few albums that he didn't cover because he didn't have, or whatever reason it is, so I thought I'd show those. And but before that, I thought I'd show a few albums related to other videos that I've been watching recently. So this is for VC members or independent viewers. So far I think I only know of 2, Farley and Robert Z, who have both declared themselves independent of the vinyl community. But for the rest of us, I had recently watched a James Griffiths and Jon Pickles video. They tag teamed on doing Elvis Costello, and the only thing that I had that they didn't show, it seemed like, was this Elvis Costello live at the Macombo from March 6, 1978. This is presented by CBS Records Canada and some radio station up there. So there's the label, CBS, kind of a white label. It says demonstration not for sale, but shows you know, this year's model, and my aim is true, so I guess that's where the tracks came from, and then some newspaper clippings on the back. So Elvis Costello from you know, related to the James Griffiths Jon Pickles video. And then Gorvo 31, Carm, had was doing his spring and summer cleaning, showed a Jay Leonhardt album or CD, maybe it was, which reminded me that I had this one. There's Gonna Be Trouble, Jay Leonhardt with Joe Beck. So this is Joe Beck, electric guitar, and Jay Leonhardt on vocals, bass, acoustic guitar, and synthesizer from 1984. This is on Sunnyside Communications. Which is kind of a plain, homemade looking label. Has this promotional sticker on the front, but you know, I don't see anywhere else where it indicates that it's promotional. And lastly, I watched Hanna, the Omaha Introvert, and she showed a Fleetwood Mac album with Bob Welch on it, and indicated that she thought that sounded pretty good. So I gave her a recommendation on Bob Welch, French Kiss, but I thought I'd show a couple other ones, just, you know, since the topic came up. So after Bob Welch left Fleetwood Mac, he was there for about 5 albums, starting somewhere around Bare Trees and ending up with Penguin or Heroes Are Hard to Find. But after he left that, he was in sort of a power trio, Paris, with Glenn Cornick on bass and keyboard, and Tom Mooney on drums. So 1976, Paris. And then Big Town 2061, 1970, also 1976. Both of these were on Capitol. And this one's with Hunt Sales on drums and percussion, and still Glenn Cornick, Bob Welch. So, Paris, Big Town 2061, and then Bob Welch, French Kiss, has his big hits, Ebony Eyes, Sentimental Lady, Mystery Train, several other good songs. So, getting more into the power pop or pop rock vein. 77, I think. Bob Welch, Three Hearts. The following year, Bob Welch, The Other One, again on Capitol, 1979, nice black and white cover in case that thread shows up again. Man Overboard, 1981, or 1980. Self-titled, 1981. And the last one I have is Eye Contact, 1983. This is on RCA. Bob Welch. Don't know where he came from prior to Fleetwood Mac, but it seems like he arrived full blown and with all his guitar playing skills, the songwriting skills, ready to be a full blown member. So the main purpose of this video was Gary at Cosmic Pickle. He had done his Terry Riley series, so I thought I'd show a few that he didn't have. And these are kind of grouped by hold on a second. Kind of grouped by what's being played. Starting with this one here. This one's titled Guy and Riley, Terry Riley's son. Food for the Bearded, 2002 New Albion Records. So this is primarily Guy and Riley on guitar, sort of classical guitar. But Terry Riley does make an appearance on two songs. One, he plays piano, and then the last song he is credited with vocals. And Terry Riley, he was part of a compilation type album. Gloria Chang Cochran plays Terry Riley and John Adams. This is on Telarc. So this is kind of split, even though it's not side by side, but Terry Riley songs include The Walrus in Memoriam The Heaven Ladder, Book 7. So this is a solo piano versions of these songs. And John Adams, China Gates and Phrygian Gates. This is 1998. Piano versions of Terry Riley songs. And then staying along the solo piano versions of Terry Riley, here's the Lisbon concert. There's Terry Riley. So Terry Riley playing solo piano. Again, New Albion Records. This is from July 16th, 1995. So, solo piano. More solo piano. Moscow Conservatory solo piano concert. This is from April 18th, 2000. This is on Long Arms Records. Hard to see the CD there because it's the same camouflage as the background. But Google Maps type view of things. Again, solo piano played by Terry Riley. And another Terry Riley, keyboard studies. So this is by Stefan Schleenmacher, playing Keyboard Study 1 and 2 by Terry Riley. And then he has his own composition, which is an homage to Riley and Reich and Glass. So Terry Riley, Keyboard Studies, MDG. This is from 2002. And then I think the last of these solo piano albums, Terry Riley, the Padova Concert. This is on Amiata Records. (1992). Another Terry Riley playing piano. Song improvisations from the Harp of New Albion and Salome Dances for Peace. Alright, now this is similar but different. This is Terry Riley and Stefano Scodanibio, or something like that. Diamond Fiddle Language on the Virgo label from 2005. Terry Riley plays synthesizer and voice, and Stefano is a double bass. So 3 tracks. Looks like it's 1 track from each year: 1998, 2000, and 1999, in 3 different locations. So synthesizer and bass. Now we get into more ensemble type recordings. So Terry Riley, 25th anniversary of NC. Again, a new Albion Records release. 1995, following the 1970 release of NC. This one stars, among other people, Chris Brown, who's a keyboard player, several people from Kronos Quartet, Gian Riley and Terry Riley have some participation in this. So, NC, this famous composition. Here's another one, Terry Riley, Repetition Orchestra. So this is 2001, well, it's from a concert April 20th, 2000 by the Repetition Orchestra. The story behind this goes that after NC was released back in 69 or 70, the copy made its way to Russia, Moscow. And so a group of people got together in 69 to perform that concert. And they said it was not very well attended. In fact, the musicians may have outnumbered the people in the audience. But among the people in the audience, there were two composers. Well, the concert itself was for in honor of at the concert, Sofia Gubadalina. So here's an album by her, solo piano works on Stradivarius, as played by Diana Baker. This is from I don't know when this was put out. Early 90s, I think. 1995. Stradivarius. There's Diana Baker. So compositions by Sofia Gubadalina, Russian composer, and the other composer there was Alfred Schnittke. So here's a later release by him, as played by the Kronos Quartets. They're doing his string quartets. This is on Non-Such. A Columbia House or BMG Records release. Alfred Schnittke string quartets by the Kronos Quartet. So they were present at this 1969 concert. So in honor of that, X number of years later, they put together a follow-up concert. In honor of Sergei Kuryokin. And he was a pianist, soundtrack artist, composer of various types of music. but he put out this series of albums here. So these are the deluxe Russian issues on the Solid label, SOLYD. And I think this is supposed to spell in the Russian alphabet. This is Sergei Kuryokin. I don't know if the Kuryokin was spelled out, but it also looks like I'm missing one album right here. That should be another one with an E on it, but I'm not sure what that was. But yeah, so the Sergei Kuryokin concert was responsible for the Repetition Orchestra getting together to play Terry Riley songs. In 1969, Terry Riley wasn't involved, but for this one, in 2000, Terry Riley was there in some capacity. But mostly it was Russian musicians playing in C. And then another version of NC, the Piano Circus. So they're playing Steve Reich composition, 6 pianos, and Terry Riley in C. So you may be able to read that, but under Piano Circus there, you see 6 people listed, which I assume are playing pianos. This is on the Argo label from 1990. And another tying back in with more Kronos quartet related recordings. Terry Riley, Cadenza on the Night Plane. There's the Kronos quartet with Terry Riley in the center. So they're playing 3 songs: Sunrise of the Planetary Dream Collector, Mythic Birds Waltz, and Cadenza on the Night Plane. Now this was originally put out on a 2 LP set, and it included a 4th song called Songs in C, or C Songs, or G Songs. I think it's G Songs. But they omitted that from this CD so they could get onto a single disc. But when they put the notes together, they still refer to G Song. So they didn't edit the notes to show that they had changed the listing of songs on here. So there appear to be versions of this available on vinyl, but they're like $30 for the 2 LP set. But so Kronos Quartet playing Terry Riley. And then another, I think I showed this recently, 443, the music of Terry Riley. So this is primarily string quartet versions again. They play in C, which is the long piece on here, and the other one is Sunrise of the Planetary Dream Collector, which was on this album. Kronos Quartet version. So here's the Ragazzi Quartet version of these, and they're supplemented by a percussion outfit and then a trio, which is woodwinds, guitar, and percussion. On the Channel Classics label from 2016, 443, play the music of Terry Riley. And then the last four, Gary had referenced. These are all early concerts by Terry Riley, put out by the Organ of Corti outfit. So there's an example, Organ of Corti, Terry Riley, Music for the Gift. This is 2000, and this particular CD brings together 4 seminal tape works from 1960 through 1963, various tape work concerts. Music for the Gift, Bird of Paradise, and Mescaline Mix. Organ of Corti 1. Organ of Corti release number 2. Terry Riley, Untitled Organ, Reed Dreams, and Dorian Reeds. This is 1998. In 1966, Terry Riley was performing hypnotic keyboard studies in his loft, and later venues such as Electric Circus. Reed Streams, Terry Riley's debut record, offers a rare glimpse into his early trance music for keyboard and solo saxophone. Then Organ of Corti release 3. This one is Olsen 3 is the title. In Sweden, 1967, while Riley was rehearsing his composition Olsen 3 with the teenage students of Nacka School of Music, both he and the students were subjected to fierce musico-political blockading, but they finally put on a concert by the Swedish high school band with Terry Riley on soprano saxophone. And then the final one for this video is the Organ of Corti 4 release, Poppy No Good and the Phantom Band, All Night Flight Volume 1. (1998). The live recording of Poppy No Good and the Phantom Band, All Night Flight, taken from a 1968 concert titled Purple Modal Strobe Ecstasy with the Daughters of Destruction. So Terry Riley on soprano, saxophone, organ, and time lag accumulator. So that was my contribution to Gary Cosmic Pickles' 4-part Terry Riley series, plus those couple of references to other VC members that I had watched recently. And the most recent one that I'd watched was Tim at A Sound Decision, who used to be known as the ghost of Gideon Strumpet a while back, when Big Star 1000 was doing his Gimme 10 1970 through 1980 series. Tim was participating in that, but now he's changed his channel name and starting afresh or under the radar. So Tim at A Sound Decision, still showing lots of Italian library music and soundtracks and other albums that everyone should be interested in. So thanks everyone. I'll see you later.